Hello!
Hi, I'm MINALIMA.
I'm Mira Mina, and together we are MINALIMA. Come inside and have a look at our gallery. Wonderful.
Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3.
Hi,
Good
hi.
morning. Lima.
Now I'm going to show you our Harry Potter galleries, so follow me up. Be careful on the stairs. Welcome to our Marauders Map room, and you'll see that the floor is completely taken over with one of our artworks, and we'll show you the original over here. We have on loan from Warner Brothers some props that we made for the film, so you can see the kind of level of detail that we would go to when we're creating pieces to help tell the story, and how they might be aged and how they might be the level of detail. For example, in the Marauders Map, it was all hand drawn and cut and aged with coffee.
And of course, because we were working on the things for 10 years, we had to have our Minister of Magic ID cards. So me and you have our own ones.
Some of the prints even have little details on them, like gold foiling. You can see close up here in the Diagon Alley. These are potion labels from Harry Potter. And again, we're trying to replicate exactly what we would have done on the original ones for the film, and offering a really enhanced and collectible piece for collectors of Harry Potter. You can see here some of the key pieces, the Time Turner. I think we did all the Horcruxes except for Harry and Nagini. And then going back to 2000, a long time ago, some of the first pieces that we ever designed for the Harry Potter franchise without knowing quite where the films were going to go. Bertie Bott's jelly beans, the chocolate frogs, and of course above us are the very, very first piece that we would ever have done. Was the letter to Harry where it all started.
Oh yes.
Over 50 editions of the Daily Prophet we had to design for the films.
Every bit of text and copy actually is a story, so nothing is filled in and fake. It's all topical and relevant for the situations.
Usually we just have the main headline for the newspaper, and everything else is up to us, the graphics department, to fill the gaps. We had approval from J.K. Rowling. She came and saw some of the newspapers, and she absolutely liked the old headlines that we had to create.
And this probably represents like maybe a 20th of the quantity of packaging that we had to design for the Weasley's shop, which was a 4-story shop designed by Stuart Craig.
This is my favorite product that the Weasley sell, the Comic Chameleon, and you can see the 2 models in the packaging.
We're quite cheeky about putting ourselves in things.
Yeah.
With the cemetery set.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So that all has to be made, and all the lettering has to be designed, and everyone's like, "Can you put me on one?" Really? Put my kids on that. And this is an example of where we would have to really think about the actual space, because a design was required to create the black family tapestry, family tree as a tapestry. So we would come up with the concept, making sure that we include, you can see in detail here, Bellatrix and Draco Malfoy. So trying to take images of those actors and still making them look like they're part of the tapestry amongst the rest of the finish. And this piece was actually given to painters who enlarged our design, photographically transferred it onto a fabric that was woven especially to look like a tapestry, and then they painted the final layer over the top. So there was a real sort of group effort in that, and of course then it had to be aged to look like it had been there for centuries.
Of course, Bellatrix, that she's my favorite character, and one day she came to our office in the film studio dressed as Bellatrix, and she just stayed there for a couple of hours asking lots of questions about art, because she's...
I think because she's someone who's actually into making things, and she's really, she loves being creative outside of being an actress. We were able to have a conversation with her about shared interests in being doing craft making. So we were kind of chatting away and looking at books and things, and then kind of forgetting that we were talking to Helena Bonham Carter dressed as Bellatrix with the teeth and the hair.
Now I want to take you to our favorite spot in the house, that is the top floor.
We've dedicated this room to show all or most of the books that we created for the films, from Gilderoy Lockhart's books to Rita Skeeter's crazy biography of Dumbledore, and of course Fantastic Beasts, which we created in all innocence in the first Harry Potter film, not knowing at all where the franchise was going to end up.
In this cabinet you can see some of the pages that we created for that Fancy Potion making book that we see on Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And you can see all the annotations done by Snape, but actually was done by
this hand. And it's a good point. Sometimes we have to, again, a bit like the Weasleys we were talking about, you have to think, well, how would Snape have written his notes? You know, it can't be me, it has to be, I have to get into the Snape head, and imagining what sort of personality is behind the thing that you're creating.
Yes.
You know, and how would he do that? Would it be very tidy? Probably not. Would it be very fraught with emotion and frustrations and maybe a bit angry? So those kind of ingredients we try and put into the way we execute something. As designers, we always want to have as much challenge as possible in terms of what work we're given to work with, and we couldn't really ask for anything higher and more challenging and more interesting and creative than the whole universe of the Wizarding world, whether it's Harry Potter or Fantastic Beasts in the 1920s. It was like some shoes were there and we kind of stepped into them and everything fitted.
And helping bringing out the world to reality. I sometimes I still don't believe that I am part of all this.
It's a privilege.
Yes.
Yes.
So in here we have a little micro version of Fantastic Beasts 1, the first movie that we worked on for the Fantastic Beasts series. So there's a little capsule of some of the pieces that we created, and from November the 16th we will exhibit all of the new work for Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald back downstairs on the bigger floor, so you'll have to come back and see that. The first film of Fantastic Beasts was celebrated in this book, which we designed, kind of outlining the making of the film with some fun little mini props, like some of the things you've seen in the galleries here.
And also we are working now very directly with J.K. Rowling's team, designing the cover and the full book for the script version in book. And again, on the 16th of November we will have the new one for the Crimes of Grindelwald.
There's
wizards in it.
The connection with the Harry Potter world will be stronger with we're going back to Hogwarts. There is Dumbledore, so yes, more magic to come.